Hi, this is James Hahn with Real Life Rosary, and this is a daily meditation for real life. Back in 1988, I was in high school. This seems like forever ago. And about that time, I started to drift from my faith, apart from the Catholic Church. And I didn't return until 10 years later in 1998. And now I didn't leave for any kind of philosophical reason, or I wasn't trying to find myself, or I wasn't trying to change the world or do great things or anything like that. I just wanted to do what I wanted to do. I wanted to live a life for me that made me feel good, that made me enjoy myself, that drinking and having fun and what I thought was going to make me happy, which it did not at all make me happy. And during that time period, those 10 years, God sent a lot of people into my life to try to help me. To try to help me find happiness, true happiness, not the happiness I was after. And a lot of those people were friends, relatives, my parents, priests, people I'd meet through work. A lot of different people God put into my life to help me. But my response was usually, go take a hike. I don't want to hear what you have to say. I am enjoying my life the way it is. What you're trying to tell me is going to change everything, and I don't want anything to do with it, so go away. Right? Now, I look back with that, and I'm not proud of it at all, and I apologize to everyone who came into my path and dealt with that. And I feel bad about that. And it makes me think of that today. In today's gospel, Jesus tells a story of the master who builds a vineyard, plants all the vines, puts the tower in, builds a wine press, and then he gets people he sets in charge of it. And they're to watch over it, to tend the vines, and to bring forth this harvest for him later on. And so the master sends servants to collect that harvest, and the servant is beaten. And then the next servant is beaten, and the next servant is beaten, and one's killed. Every time he sends a servant, somebody's injured. Right? Now, if that was you or me, and this was our situation, we would have like the National Guard out there, we would have the sheriff, we'd have SWAT team, we'd get eviction notices, these people would be gone. But God is sending a message, Jesus is giving us a message, and He's giving it to Israel, but also to us, that God is patient. God doesn't do that. He doesn't just fire and brimstone, give me my wine, give me my grapes, that type of thing. He's patient. He sends the next servant, and the next servant, the next messenger, the next prophet, the next good person into your life, the next good person into your life, to try to bring you closer to Him. And that's what He's doing constantly in our lives. He's constantly pouring out His grace, trying to get us to come closer to Him, to give us a harvest. Now, God has every right to expect a harvest from us. I mean, if we look around here today, out here in beautiful creation, wherever you might be, everything we see is a gratuitous gift from God. So He has every right to expect that we would produce some sort of a fruit, some sort of a goodness from that, whether that be the fruit of the earth or spiritual fruit, bringing others closer to Christ. He expects that, and He has every right to. We were put here to, as Adam was told, was to tend and till and protect the land. We're here to know, love, and serve God, but it's a journey, and we're workers. As Pope Benedict XVI said, He's a humble worker in the vineyard of the Lord. That's what He's there for. That's what we're there for. So my question today for you and for me is, first of all, who is God putting in our life right now? What good person is God putting in our life who might be a prophet of sorts, who might be trying to lead us back closer to God in some way? Maybe that's Pope Francis. Maybe that's your neighbor. Maybe that's me. Maybe that's you. It's the good person in somebody's life who God is using as He used the prophets to try to bring out that harvest, to try to bring that forth. The second question to ask ourselves is, what sort of fruits are we producing? What sort of fruits are we giving the Lord with everything He's given us? What are we giving back to Him? Is it merely an hour on Sunday or an hour on Wednesday, a Bible study here, Bible study there? Or are we really trying to be fruitful servants? Are we really trying to tend His vineyard and to reach out and spread the gospel as far and wide as we can? Wow, is it needed more than ever today? So Who is the good person God is putting in your life? Or who is the person who needs you in their life as a prophet, as someone who will help them get closer to God? And what fruits are you bringing to the Lord? Or what fruits does the Lord want from you? Have a wonderful day. God bless you. This is James Hahn with Real Life Rosary.